I want you to think about something for a moment. Think about the greatest achievements in history: the moon landing, the invention of the internet, the creation of companies that changed the world. None of these things happened because someone was waiting for permission. They happened because someone, somewhere, had an unshakable belief in themselves. But here's the problem. Most people don't believe in themselves. They hesitate, they second guess, they wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan, and in doing so, they never start. Self-belief isn't about arrogance, it's not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about understanding that no matter what obstacles stand in your way, you are capable of overcoming them. You weren't put on this earth to fit in. You weren't born to live within the limitations that others have placed on you. The world will always try to define you. People will tell you what you can or cannot do. They'll say you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. Ignore them. The only thing that truly matters is whether you believe in yourself. Most people never even start because they're afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of stepping outside the lines that society has drawn for them. But here's the truth. Every person who ever achieved anything started by believing in themselves first. And the good news? Self-belief is not something you're born with, it's something you build. And like any skill, it requires practice. The more you push yourself, the more you challenge your limits, the stronger your belief becomes. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the world to tell you that you're ready. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, start now, because the only thing standing between you and success is whether you believe you can do it. In a world filled with noise, opinions, expectations, and endless advice, your inner voice is your greatest guide. It's the instinct that tells you when something feels right, the whisper that pushes you to take risks, and the deep knowing that you are meant for something more. But too often we ignore it. We let fear, doubt, and the voices of others drown it out. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to take a leap, but then second-guessed yourself? How many times have you had an idea, a dream, or a gut feeling, only to let someone else talk you out of it? The truth is, no one knows your path better than you do. Your inner voice isn't random. It's shaped by your experiences, your passions, and your purpose. The problem is, we've been conditioned to seek external validation before trusting ourselves. We wait for permission, for approval, for someone else to confirm that we're on the right track. But here's the thing. The people who truly succeed in life are the ones who listen to their own voice first. Every great innovator, every game changer, every visionary you admire, they didn't get there by following the crowd. They got there by trusting themselves even when no one else did. So how do you strengthen your inner voice? You listen. You get quiet. You block out the noise of the world and tune in to what you truly want. You ask yourself, does this decision align with who I am? Is this the path I want or the one others expect me to take? Am I playing it safe or am I following my real purpose? Trusting your inner voice doesn't mean ignoring advice or rejecting feedback. It means using wisdom to filter what serves you and what doesn't. It means knowing that at the end of the day, the only person who has to live with your decisions is you. If you let others dictate your choices, you'll spend your life building someone else's dream instead of your own. If you ignore your inner voice, you'll wake up one day realizing you never truly lived for yourself. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop looking for approval. Your inner voice is the most honest, most powerful tool you have. Trust it, follow it, and watch where it leads you. Doubt is everywhere. It comes from people who don't believe in your vision, from those who are too afraid to chase their own dreams, and sometimes from your own mind. The world is full of voices telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But here's the truth. No one else gets to define what you're capable of. Doubters will always exist. They'll question your goals, laugh at your ambitions, and remind you of all the ways you could fail. But their opinions do not determine your future. Your actions do. Think about it. Every person who has ever changed the world has been doubted. Every visionary, every leader, every innovator has faced criticism. But they didn't let the noise stop them. They didn't seek permission to be great. They kept going. So how do you silence the doubters? You prove them wrong. You work harder. You push further. You stay so focused on your vision that their words fade into the background. You let your success be your response. But most importantly, you silence the biggest doubter of all, the one inside your own mind. Because sometimes the loudest voice telling you that you can't do something is your own. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? Let the doubters talk. Let them criticize. Let them say it's impossible. Then show them what happens when you refuse to listen. Because at the end of the day, the greatest way to silence the doubters is to succeed anyway. Fear is a powerful force. It whispers in your ear, telling you to wait, to play it safe, to avoid risk. It convinces you that failure is too painful, that the unknown is too dangerous, that you're not ready. But here's the truth. Fear will always be there. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't, the successful ones act anyway. Fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. It means you're stepping outside your comfort zone, pushing your limits, and moving towards something bigger than yourself. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every innovation in history happened because someone chose to act despite their fear. Think about it. The first time you try anything new, you're scared. The first time you speak in public, launch an idea, or take a leap of faith, fear is there. But what happens when you push through it? You grow, you adapt. You realize that fear was never the real problem. It was your hesitation. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action, even when you're afraid. If you wait for fear to disappear, you'll be waiting forever. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never start. If you let fear control you, you'll never see what you're truly capable of. So take the first step. It won't be perfect and it won't be easy, but action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. You don't overcome fear by thinking about it. You overcome it by moving forward. Feel the fear, acknowledge it, then take action anyway. Failure is not the enemy. It's not a signal to stop. It's not proof that you aren't good enough. Failure is the price of success. It's the tuition you pay for growth, the teacher that pushes you forward, and the doorway to everything you've ever wanted. Too many people fear failure so much that they never even try. They choose comfort over courage, safety over opportunity, and regret over risk. But here's the truth. The people who succeed in life are the ones who fail the most. They're the ones who fall down, get up, and try again over and over. Think about the greatest minds, the biggest innovators, the most successful leaders. Do you think they got it right the first time? No. They failed. They faced rejection. They made mistakes. But instead of letting failure define them, they used it to refine them. Failure only has two outcomes. It either breaks you or it builds you. The choice is yours. So stop fearing failure. Fear standing still. Fear never trying. Fear waking up years from now and realizing you let fear win. Because failure is never the end of the road. It's just a detour on the way to success. Learn from failure. Grow from it. Use it. And then get back up and keep going. Growth isn't a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment. The moment you stop growing, you start settling. And the moment you settle, you start falling behind. Too many people reach a certain level and think they've made it. They stop learning, stop pushing, stop improving. But true success isn't about reaching a destination. It's about constantly evolving. The best in the world, the real game changers, never stop growing. They ask questions. They challenge themselves. They embrace discomfort because they know that's where growth happens. Growth requires commitment. It means choosing progress over perfection, learning over ego, and effort over excuses. It's not about being the best today, it's about being better than you were yesterday. The truth is, you will never know it all, and you will never be done improving. There's always another level, another skill to master, another challenge to overcome. The people who succeed in life aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to stop growing. So stay hungry, stay curious, commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not just today, but every single day. Because growth isn't a goal, it's a way of life. There comes a moment in every journey when you have to make a choice to bet on yourself. It's the point where you stop waiting for someone else to validate you, to give you permission, or to tell you that you're ready. You take the leap, trust your abilities, and back yourself with everything you've got. Betting on yourself isn't easy. It's risky. It requires you to step into the unknown, to face the uncertainty, and to confront your own doubts. But it's also the most empowering decision you can make. Because when you bet on yourself, you're putting your trust in your own potential, your own skills, and your own vision. No one knows your dreams, your passions, or your heart as you do. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? The most successful people didn't wait for a guarantee of success. They went after it with everything they had, despite the risks and despite the challenges. They bet on themselves, and that's what made all the difference. But here's the thing. Betting on yourself isn't about blind optimism. It's about confidence in your ability to adapt, to learn, and to overcome obstacles. It's knowing that failure won't define you. It'll refine you. When you bet on yourself, you take control of your own destiny. You stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. You create your opportunities, you chart your course, and you set your own pace. So, stop waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances, or the right approval. The right moment is now. The right choice is to bet on yourself. You've got everything you need within you to make your dreams a reality, so go out and make it happen. At the end of the day, self-belief is the foundation of everything. It's what turns dreams into reality, ideas into movements, and ordinary people into extraordinary success stories. You don't need permission, you don't need approval, you don't need the world to validate you. You need to believe in yourself first. So ask yourself, do you believe in yourself enough to take the first step, to push through fear, to ignore the doubters, and keep moving forward? Because the ones who change the world are not the ones waiting for permission. They are the ones who decide that they already are enough. Believe in yourself, and then prove to the world that you were right to do so.